You guys liking my new haircut here? Because I just got a new haircut. Shout out to my barber, Justin. And I'm going for a different look, kind of like more in the K-pop style, where I'm just putting my hair down and kind of letting it flow forward and getting a fade and a line up around the sides anyways. But I think I like it. I mean, I'm gonna stick with it. Winter's coming up, so I think it's a good time to grow out my hair a little bit, but that's a little update on myself. What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin Pak here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this new video, and if you're a noob here, welcome to the channel. I think I said that already. In today's video, I'm going to be speaking to all of you newbies out there, all of you Amazon noobs out there. I was once you, I still kind of am, but I was once in your position, and I want to give you guys 5 beginner tips in this video that's going to help you guys get yourself going, give yourself a better direction with doing this Amazon business, and we're going to get this thing started. Now, I know that starting any business can be kind of nerve-wracking because there's a lot of moving components and a lot of moving parts that you kind of have to figure out and also make sure you have aligned and that you need to get done, because you can't just, throw on a business and then forget all the little things behind that, or even going forward as well. So I want to give you guys just a few tips that are just going to help you go in the right direction and give you a little bit less anxiety about doing any type of business, whether it's Amazon or Shopify, Dropship, whatever, but we're gonna be obviously using Amazon as our model. Now, before I begin, I'm gonna show you guys my account so you guys know I'm a current Amazon business owner. All right, so this is the last 30 days so far, just about $30,000 for the last 30 days. And then in the last 12 months, you can see a little over $416,000 in the last 12 months. So that's how my business is doing so far. So the first tip I can give you guys when you're beginning Amazon is get a fictitious business name. Now, what is a fictitious business name? Well, it's also known as a DBA, or doing business as, meaning that you are going to be creating a name that's separate from your own name, because you can do business as just your name itself. For example, my name is Kevin Pak, but if I wanted to have a company name like Kevin Pak's Products or something like that, then I would create a fictitious business name with that name. And now when I do business and under my taxes, it's gonna show that instead of my own personal name, right? So it's important to actually have a company name, a business name, so that it looks a lot more professional, looks a lot more official. And then for the future, if you were to say that, for example, sell the business, you're not gonna be selling it as just like, your name. You're gonna sell it as the business name, and that is what it's gonna be tied to. It's a lot easier as well, so that you don't, if you wanna be like more private and you don't want people knowing what you're, or who's the owner of the company or whatever, or being tied to it or whatever, you can have a company name that's completely random, that isn't really associated with your own name. So you can do that. So I recommend getting a fictitious business name. It's not required, but I think in the long term and to be more official with your business, it's important to get a fictitious business name. And you can do this after you get an EIN number. And then once you have the EIN number, you have a fictitious business name attached to that EIN number. And then that's really it. So it definitely varies like between all states around the US. So in California, it's gonna be different from Texas or whatever. So make sure that you go to your county clerk and check with them to see what the requirements are and what they need to do, because everyone's different. I can't give you a step-by-step on that, and I'm not like an attorney or anything like that. So you have to check in with your county clerk, get information from them about getting a fictitious business name, or a DBA. The second tip I have for you guys is, while you are doing this side hustle, this business, this Amazon business, you're probably going to be having a full-time job or some kind of job on the side as your main source of income. Now, I really recommend that you continue to feed money into the business from your main hustle into your side business so it grows, all right? So when I did my business and I started my business, I fed every single month. I put in like a few $1,000s or a couple $1,000s or even just like $50 into my business account. Whatever I had left over, I just put it into my business account so that it can grow, and I have more money for advertising, for inventory and all that kind of stuff, and launching more products, of course. So don't have just like a budget for Amazon and then just stop there and only use that. As you're learning Amazon, as you're learning through like a mentor or a course, you're learning through the steps and process as you're doing product research, Each day, you gotta save more money and put it back into the business. Because this whole process of Amazon FBA is not gonna get, done in a month. It's not even probably even get done in 2 months. Like, it's gonna take some time for you to learn, do product research, contact suppliers, source, ship, and launch. So between the time that you actually start learning and the time you launch your product could be a few months. So realize that. As those few months are passing by, continue to feed money into your business bank account so that you are more prepared, you have more flexibility, and you are more prepared for the success that you're gonna have. Number 3, which is one of the most important things about Amazon, is product selection and product research, right? Now, when you are validating your product, don't rush that process. Don't skip criteria or major points of a product that you feel is gonna be important for success, or depending on what course or mentor you take, what they deem is successful. Don't skip any of that part. But the thing is, you want to be very, very thorough with it as well, okay? So you don't want to rush the process, but you want to be very thorough and keep looking through and making sure that you're spending time with it, right? So it's not about, trying to get through as many products and find as many products as you can in a week. It's more so each day that you're focusing on product research, that you're doing it properly, right? So it's about the quality and not really so much the quantity. The 4th tip I have for you guys is really emphasize on having great photography for your products and your product listing. You guys got to remember that customers can't touch or feel your product, right? It would be really cool if we could just go through our computer screen and just, oh my, this water bottle is so nice, and then just kind of put it back. Maybe that will be a thing one day, who knows? But until that day comes, your customers are not going to be able to touch and feel your product, so they can't tell the quality of it. So you have to make sure your product photos are so good that they can tell the quality just from the photos itself. All right, so it's super important that you guys emphasize on product photography and not just your main image. Okay, we talk about all the images. We're talking about your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots of photos that you can put in. So emphasize on all of them, make sure they're all good quality and that they are attracting the customer and speaking to them. The 5th tip I have for you guys is making sure that once you launch a successful product and you want to launch another one, try to stay within the same niche or the category. That's gonna be a lot easier for you guys to find products, so you're not just scattering around looking for, you're starting with a home product, but then you end up with a baby product later. You want to, if you launched a successful home product, try to stay within that home product or within that niche of those home products, right? So if you have a frame, try to stay within the frame or something like that, or accessories around the frame, because that's gonna be easier for you to scale your business further and further. So that's today's video. I hope you guys found it insightful and helpful. If you guys wanna learn how to do Amazon and you want me to be your mentor, make sure you check the link down below to apply for my mentorship. Again, it is limited access and we go through every applicant to make sure that we think you are a good fit to work with me and me personally, all right? So I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, go make that money and I'll see you later. Peace.